A right job is the main ingredient for a happy and successful life. Why is it so? Because once we start with our career, we will be spending the major part of our day at our workspace with our colleagues. So, if we are happening to do a job that in some way doesn't suit our mind or skill, then it should surely affect our personal life. In this video, we are not going to discuss about courses. I will be teaching you 6 important points that will help you to take a decision in choosing your course and career. Welcome to EduGanet. I am Kala Deepak. Before we start, there are 2 facts that you must be aware of. First one is ambition versus reality. Every student will have an ambition, right? When I was asked about my ambition in 4th standard, I had no idea what this word meant. I carefully listened to the replies given by my friends, and I realized that most of them gave the answer as doctor, and I too opted for the same answer. But at the end of the journey, there may be 1 or 2 who actually turned out to be doctors. Suppose a student dreams of becoming an IAS officer as the effect of watching some movies which portrays the external glamour and style of the job. He starts thinking about the car, the bungalow, the police escort, and the respect and the other facilities that the actor in the film receives. He starts thinking about all these facilities. What he actually forgets is the real hard work and determination that is required to attain the post of an IAS officer. And this concept is applicable for all jobs. Remember, the salary and the facilities that we receive will be proportional to the responsibility of our job. So try to understand the responsibility of a job without merely dreaming about it. Now the second fact, conventional thinking. There are still some traditional ways that we keep on following. For example, after completing 10th and 12th, most of the students tend to follow the path of their friends, relatives, or neighbors, even without realizing their own potential. A person who cannot draw a straight line even with a ruler may end up in trouble if he chooses an architectural course following the path of his sibling. At times, parents can also negatively influence their children's career. A person who is a teacher by profession wants his son who has no teaching skill to be a teacher. Now that creates a problem. Same is the case of an army man who dreams about his son who is not at all courageous to serve the nation. So, before making a career plan, always remember the 2 facts. First one is ambition versus reality, and second, conventional thinking. Now let's begin with the 6 golden tips that will help you to build a successful career. The first and the most important tip is self-assessment. That is, trying to understand yourself. This is the first step that you have to do when you're making a career plan. Without making a good self-assessment, we cannot move any further. Now, how do we make a self-assessment or a self-understanding? Of course, the first thing is, it is you who know yourself the most. But there should be a clarity of what you know about yourself. So for that, take a piece of paper. Draw 2 columns. One is my strength and the other is my weakness. Now, take some time for yourself and think about yourself. What are your strengths? And note it down under the my strengths column. For example, if you are quite smart, if you have good talking skill, if you are a traveling person, if you're good at sports, if you've got good reading habits, good cooking skill, all that can fall under the my strengths column. Similarly, note down your weaknesses. Your weaknesses can also be at times the same. Maybe you're not that smart, maybe you don't have much of a traveling skill, maybe you're not good at sports, maybe you're not a studious person, maybe you're not very talkative, maybe you're very shy. All this can sometimes fall into your negatives column. So now we have 2 columns with us. One is strengths and the other is weakness. So we have made a clear self-assessment of ourselves. Now the second point is career options. Leave the weakness part. We only need the strengths. So take this paper in which you have written your strengths and write down the career options that will be suitable for each of the strengths that you have noted down. Anyway, you have got more than 1 strength, right? And there will be more than 1 career option that will be suitable for each strength. So note down all those career options that will be suitable for each of the strengths that you have written down. So now you have got your strengths and the suitable career options along with you. For example, if you're good at talking, if you're really a talkative person, you can become a marketing job may be suitable for you, or a radio jockey's job, or an advocate, or a teacher. All these are jobs that can be suitable to you. If you're an adventurous person, police, navy, air force, all these jobs may be suitable for you, and many more, of course. So we have noted down all these, right? We have got the strengths, our strengths, and the corresponding career options now with us. Now we have 4 more points. And at the end of the 4th point, you will be able to recheck one career option among all these. Now the next point is ability to study. Realize your ability to study. Of course, you know that better than anybody else, and the ability to study is going to be different for each person. Understand your ability to study. Are you a very studious person, or are you moderate? Are you low? Understand yourself and compare that with each of the career option that you have just noted down. And if you feel some of the career options are not going to be suitable to you based on your ability to study, suppose you feel you're not a very studious person, you cannot memorize much things and all, you can strike off some of the career options based on that. For example, suppose you are a very talkative person, and so you have noted down LLB as one of your career option, and you feel you're not so studious and you cannot memorize all these laws and everything, and you're not interested in that area, then you can just strike off the LLB course. So similarly, if you've based on your ability to study, strike off the courses that you feel will not be suitable to you. So now we have reduced the number of courses in our hand. Next point is financial ability. Some courses can be a bit expensive based on the nature of that course. Of course, there are many education loans and scholarship facilities available in our country today. But in case if you feel that particular course is not at all going to match your financial ability, then you can simply strike it off. 5th point is course duration. Each course will be having a different duration, right? So understand your position. What is your status? Do you need a job very fast, or are you able to spend a few years for your studies? Because some courses may take some time to fetch you a job. So understand your situation, whether you are going to spend a few years for studies or whether you immediately need a job. Understand your position very well and accordingly try to choose your course. Suppose you need a job very fast, then it will be good to opt for a career-oriented short-term course. So based on the situation, if you feel so, strike out the courses that won't be suitable for you. 6th point, assessing working condition. The last and a very important point. Most of the times, students and parents forget to analyze this particular point. They take care about the course and the colleges and all, but they forget to analyze the working condition. But it's very important because our studies will have a duration, maybe a few months or years, after which we will be getting into a career which we will have to do for the rest part of our life. So we must surely analyze the working condition. Where are we going to work? And we must realize whether it is mentally and physically suitable for us. For example, a civil engineer will have to work in the sun in their working sites. It's part of their job. A student who is doing civil engineering must be well aware of this fact. A rig engineer will have to work in mines, and this will be quite difficult for a person who is suffering from asthma. A medical profession will not be suitable for a mentally weak person. Marine engineering may not be suitable for a person who has got a real bad seasickness. After spending all the years and the money, they'll have to quit the job and go for some other course or job. So it's very important to analyze the working condition of the course that you are going to choose. So before choosing your career, always first think about the 2 facts, that is ambition versus reality and conventional thinking. Have a clear-cut idea about these 2. Then move on to our tips. First one, understand yourself. Note down your strengths and weakness. Leave off the weakness. Take the strengths. Note down the career options that will be suitable for each of your strengths. Then analyze your ability to study. Strike off those that won't be suitable to you. Next, Understand your financial ability. Again, strike off those that won't be suitable to you. Next, course duration. And finally, assess the working condition. At the end of the 6th point, you would have surely reached on just a few courses that would be more suitable for you. Among these few courses, you will be able to surely choose on one course that will be best suited for you. Suppose you would like to work on the technical side. If your course duration, ability to study and financial ability all allows you, you can opt for a BTech followed by an MTech. But suppose if you are not ready to spend that much duration for a course, if your course duration doesn't allow you, or if your ability to study or financial ability is not permitting you, you can opt for a polytechnic or an IT course that will also enable you to work on the technical side. Similar is the case of a student who is passionate to work in the hospitality industry. If you are checking out for an immediate job, you can go for a diploma course, a 6-month or 1-year diploma course. But if you would like to explore much academically on that field, you can opt for a degree course. Every course and career can have its own positives and negatives. While you are making your career plan, you must certainly take care of both the positives and negatives. But once you have chosen your course, then you must only see the positive side. Enjoy your course, explore and reach the greatest height possible of your career. Have a nice day. Thank you.